Hey, it's me, it's OGDuffy, and it's that time of the week again. It's time for a versus video. Now, only 2 systems this week, but I'll tell you why. Now, those that watch the channel will know I got a copy of a Sega Mania magazine. It was issue number 1. I did a quick review on this channel about it. There's the thumbnail there in case you missed it. And I did an interview with the editor, Tim. There's the thumbnail for that one there. If you missed it, go check them out on the channel. And I was so impressed and inspired by this magazine. I approached him and I said, any chance I could do a bit of an article for you guys? And they took me up on the idea. And I'm pleased to say they liked it. And it's been published. And that's the article. It's been published in this issue, which is issue 2 right there. So when I have an article like this published, a versus, I'm going to tie the video in with the article that I do for the magazine. So if you're joining the channel from the magazine, welcome. And do hit that subscribe button because it's great to have you on board. But more importantly, let me have your comments. So for this issue of Sega Mania, the year is 1991. And it was the year that the Sega Game Gear got released. So I thought, what a better a versus video to do, comparison, than the Sega Game Gear versus the Nintendo Game Boy. Now the game we're looking at is Super Kickoff, which is a football type game. Okay, not a big fan of football games. I enjoy playing FIFA, but mate, in terms of a retro game collector, it's just an awful game because there's so many copies of it everywhere. But this was quite interesting. Never played this one before. So this week we're looking at the Sega Game Gear and we're taking on the Nintendo Game Boy. Now, as I said in my article in the magazine, a complete, mismatch maybe, some people are thinking, because one's colour and one's black and white. Forget it, mate. The Game Boy could hold its own. It had some terrific titles, considering it was only monochrome. But, that aside, let's get to it. This is Super Kickoff. Let's go. First off, Nintendo Game Boy. Now, as I said, this is obviously monochrome. Didn't have as many options as the Game Gear version, which had ample. On this version, we're having a look at England versus Germany. You can choose up and down pitch, you can choose formations and basic tactics, but that's sort of as far as it went, really. As you can see, on the pitch you had like these blocks, which you can see there, the greyed out blocks. Now, I found these quite off-putting, to be honest. I didn't think they were actually needed. I didn't think they were necessary. But, hey, in typical Game Boy fashion, it made the right bleepy noises, as you can hear and stuff, and you could tackle and all that sort of stuff. But what was different about this football game was, rather than running along and the ball sticking to your feet like it does in all football games, this didn't. You had to sort of control the ball with your movement. It's a strange thing to do. So do check it out on either of these systems and you'll know what I mean about the controls. But all in all, very top-down football game, and it was very well read. I mean, not dissimilar to Sensible Soccer, which came out a few years after these releases, I believe. So all in all, there you go. Game Boy version. Now we come to the Game Gear. Obviously colour, we'll get that straight out the way there. But what happened with this, I mean, the amount of options you had for the game was, well, there was loads, as you could see, just a few there. I mean, I didn't go in depth. This scrolled really well, which you're about to see, and it was smooth. I mean, you just see the difference. It's a world of difference, especially the smoothness of this game. Was a good little top-down game, but to be honest, it wasn't the easiest to play either. I mean, it wasn't like you could go in and score loads and loads of goals. There was a bit of skill required to this, especially with the movement and the ball at the feet things. But there you go. You can see a nice goal there. Very well played. But thoroughly enjoyable. Obviously had the nets and stuff like that, which made a big difference for the graphics. And all in all, the Sega version here was very good. Now, this was a direct port from the Master System version onto the Game Gear. So, did you own this for the Master System? Do you remember playing this on the Game Gear itself? If so, how many batteries did you get through? Because let's be honest, that little beast of a console could certainly munch its way through batteries. All in all, a good all-round game, nice top-down football game, and with the league options and the cup options and all that sort of stuff, to be honest, you could have immersed yourself into this for quite a few hours, especially on a road trip or whatever. So for the first versus video featuring the Sega Mania magazine, it goes to, well, we're about to find out in the verdict, but I'm sure you've got a very good idea. So that concludes the gameplay there from the two systems. Now, hands down, Sega Game Gear took this. Now, as a football game goes, to be fair, right, this was a top-down game, and it just looked better on the Sega Game Gear, and that's not just because of the colour. I mean, you had like them nasty block things going on the monochrome Game Boy version. But it looked brighter, obviously, because of the colours. But that aside, there was more players on the field. You seem to have more players in your play screen, and it just played smooth. It was scrolled well, and it was a good game. Now, this was from the Master System, and on the Master System it got some rave reviews on the day, and this is a direct port straight from the Master System over to the Game Gear. So for this versus video, the Game Gear takes it. So finally, if you haven't already got that magazine, do so. It's available here. Okay, head on over to their website. Get them out. I know they were doing some back orders of issue 1. Whether they've all gone or not, I don't know. But get in touch. They're great guys. It's a great publication. And jump on board while you can. Sega Mania is a superb magazine. So that concludes this week's Versus video. Normal service will resume next week. But in the meantime, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. And let me know in the comments. Do you think this was an unfair challenge? As I said earlier, the Game Boy can hold its own. So I thought it was, you know, it was a decent enough go. Anyway, so that was 1991. I wish you all the very best of luck, and I'll see you all next time. I've been OGDuffy, and as always, I'm out. If you watched the video and you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe for more great videos. Thanks for watching.